We're
But
live.
it's on my seat. So
All right,
well,
guys,
you're
we
good.
are live. David Fox here, the Black Belt Realtor, on the Keeping It Real Estate podcast, and we've got once again my man Jerry Bobbitt. Jerry,
What's
how
up?
we doing?
Good.
And are you the baby? Are
I
you
am.
the baby Bobbitt?
Yeah.
All
I am
right,
the baby
so
Bobbitt.
Josh Bobbitt, who is also a real estate agent at Synergy Realty in Woodhaven. So,
Yes, I am.
so how long you been licensed, Jerry?
Since I was 19.
19, fresh out the gate.
And I'm 25
And you,
now.
you
so
didn't
6
you didn't want to
years.
do anything else. You're just like, my life's a little too calm. I need some stress in it. Like I need a stressful
I was
career.
actually a dispatcher over at DTW for about a year.
DTW.
Detroit Airport.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the North Terminal.
I was
So-
losing my acronyms there. I was like, okay. So you were dispatching airplanes?
No, so anything
God,
that
no.
happened.
I was like in the whoa, dang, that was fast.
So anything that happened inside the building, whether it be like a jam in the belt system, distributing your suitcases underneath the building, or if there was something broken inside the terminal, they'd call me, and I would send the worker out to fix the problem.
I see. So
And that was pretty fun.
Okay, so like the Toy Story scene where like it's there's just this whole hodgepodge of
Yeah.
conveyor belts and
They
That's
said
kinda
there's
crazy.
probably, I think they said around 10 miles worth of
I believe that.
belt
Yeah.
systems underneath that
Wow.
building.
under
And-
the building.
Like underneath. So underneath is just belts pushing suitcases to each terminal 24/7, and it never stops. And if there's a jam, which there happens a lot, suitcases get caught, and it just causes a whole jam. We quickly have to go fix it. Otherwise, it'll cause what's called a system failure,
Yeah,
and
sure.
it'll shut down the belt system.
Yeah, sure, because you don't
And
want
then-
the bottleneck. Yeah.
And then it delays the plane, and sometimes that's how you lose your suitcase, and that's how it gets left behind. So if we don't catch it in time, that's usually what happens.
Interesting. Okay, and then you were like, "This sucks. I'm gonna do real estate."
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Did Jerry? Did you have any pull in it? And I mean, you had to have had some pull in him doing real estate.
I would say yeah. I mean, I've always told him, hey, you do you. I don't want you to follow in my footsteps just because
Just
that's what I
because,
chose to
yeah.
do. But I at least wanted them to have their license. I mean, because, just for me, it was something that I wanted them to have, even if they did it part-time.
Yeah.
You can make some money on the side
Sure,
with it
sure.
if that's what they chose to do. But I at least wanted them to have the license.
Yeah.
So-
Okay. Well, it's not hard to get 40 hours
No.
of yeah. Well, as part of our show, we do what's called the Reddit rundown, and so I sent you a few of them pre-show so that you weren't caught off guard. And I will read them. We will go into them, and then we will share our opinions on professional opinions on, or maybe personal opinions on the situation, and then you can also inject into things about maybe your tales from the trenches of things that you've done or something similar, or I had a client like this, I had a listing like that, and so on and so forth. So we've got quite a few. We're going to get right into them, and we're going to explore. So let's have some fun. Reddit rundown number 1, offending the seller. My wife and I are looking to purchase a home in our area. It's listed for $8,799, brought down from $20,000 from $899 a month ago. We initially saw this home place an offer of $840 3 months ago. So it's been on the market, I'm going to guess 3 months. However, the seller informed that he wanted an offer on no conditions, and we were waiting for our condo to sell. So that's a huge headache as it is right now. A contingent offer, I got a couple clients right now, and I'm like, good luck, man, on a contingent offer. Our condo is now sold. We want to return to the seller, make another offer. Given the current, it's getting good. Given the current market, we are thinking an offer of $780. This home requires a bit of work. We'll need 10 to 20 grand of renovations right away. CMA shows other houses have sold for $870, but those are in better condition and made complete and more complete features like a finished basements. The most direct comparison is the house on the same street that sold in July for $850, which was in better condition. Our realtor says that we will offend the seller with an offer this low. My question is, will this really offend the seller? Are we to really believe that he won't want to negotiate with us at all? Yada, 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 yada. And then he goes on. He's got some clarifying points, but I'll bring them up as we continue. Right. I mean, that's enough info to start. So I'm going to, as a first guest on the show, we're going to go to you. What do you think, Josh?
So 780 would be probably a little too low as an offer. I mean, like you said, the average sold for 850 to 870.
It comes at 850,
Yeah.
850, 870.
So
right?
even if you bought it for 780 and you put 20 grand into it, you're now at 8 So now you still have 50 grand in equity that you can still appraise and
Right.
refinance if you wanted to. So it's a little insulting.
Are you? So if I come to you and I'm like, hey, it's listed for seven. It's listed for seven. They just reduced it or they reduced it to 879, and he wants to offer 100 grand less.
So
and
you-
I'm like, Josh, I'm your client. I know it's listed for 870. Let's list it for 880. Let's do 780. What's your response?
Say that one more time.
If I want to offer 100 less, what's your response to me?
I would probably advise against it and say, hey, that's just not even worth writing. I mean, the seller is just going to quickly look at it, tell his client, and they're going to tell you to, go put your offer somewhere else.
If you are representing the seller,
yeah,
and you get that offer, well, I mean, obviously you legally have to present
Yep.
it, but what are you advising your seller to do?
I'm probably going to advise my seller to either counter, respectfully, just
Yeah.
keeping it professional, counter back, or just tell them.
8799998.
At that point, I mean, it probably would be a little on the sarcastic side because I'm like, you came in 100 grand less. You are in a different tax bracket, once you reach
Sure.
over $500,000, so closer to $1 million. So you are at a different. So your house is going to stay in market mostly, longer than expected because not many people can afford
that's
that price range.
I think that's an important factor
Yeah.
too, because if your house is on the market 3 months and it's 200 grand, I mean that's the market telling
Yeah.
you like everyone is in the 200 grand
Yeah.
purchase buy box, so to speak. But when you're on your way to $1 million price point, how many of those buyers are there actively looking? And in front of those buyers,
A fraction.
like they're going to be picky, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be picky versus someone 200 grand. They've got, I just need a house. I want
Yeah.
to stop renting. Like this is just a starter home, whatever. I'm going to go to Jerry next on your opinion, but he has some clarifying points. This poster says is the property is vacant. This is an investment property that was being rented out and the renters have damaged it. Okay, but renting out an $800,000 house, the $20K in renovations would need to happen before we can move in. The kitchen cabinets are broken. Some are even nailed shut. This has to be replaced. The stairs are missing a front banister. As it's been completely broken off, there are cracks in the floor in the living room. Cracks in the floor. Was it concrete floor?
It would have to be.
Yeah.
Or tile.
Oh yeah. The AC may need to be replaced as well. The basement is unfinished. Most other comps, especially those sold, have finished basements. That to us takes a chunk off the price. About 2 months ago, the listing agent called ours about the status of our condo sale. Clearly, they have not received much interest and wanted to see if we're still interested. What do you think, Jerry?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be on the opposite end. I'd present it, and I would argue for it. You've been on market for 3 months plus. You are clearly overpriced if you're sitting on the market for 3 months.
For 3 months, even at this price point? I guess we don't know the area. Right?
Well, true.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the area, and I'm assuming if it was used as a rental,
Yeah.
that's an average sale price in that area, is my guess. And I mean, again, we're assuming some stuff here. However, it's been on market for 3 months. It's empty.
Yeah.
That's another factor. It needs a ton of repair. There's another factor. If you continue to read, I think it said the average sale price was $850 with finished basements.
With finished base.
Yeah.
How much is a finished base? Like, realistically, how much will it
Depends
affect
how
the
nice.
appraisal?
Oh, 30 cents on the dollar, maybe. Yeah, you're
Of
really
what it costs.
Yeah, you're
okay.
yeah. If you're going to finish your basement, that's because you're wanting it, and that's where your pleasure is going to come from. Is that.
I went into this this one basement. They must have spent. It was a matrix style finish, or Owens Corning finished basement. Have you been in one?
Yeah.
Dude, like we walked out. So it was a family I was showing, and the kids ran ahead of us, like the kids do. Like I want to go see, and then they went down the stairs, and then I didn't hear anything, and I was like, what? And then I walked into this room, and they had all these acoustic, like thick, like completely top of the line done, and like carpet down there, and it was like I was like, this is sick. And they didn't write an offer, but I called the listing agent. I was like, who did their basement? Like what did they do, and how did they do it? Oh, they're like, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's Owens Corning, but it probably cost 40 grand
Or
And
more.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
more.
yeah. So
more.
so if I drop 40 grand into a basement, I'm getting,
If you're lucky, 20 out.
if you're lucky. Well, that's not. I mean, that's not 50 cents on the dollar is not bad.
Well,
but,
and that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
You've got some pleasure, and that's where your value comes from. But on this scenario here, I didn't think the 780 was bad. I always on your higher numbers, a lot of people are like, oh, that's 100,000. Okay, but it's 10%,
Right.
right? So that's like drop that number off. If you're asking 100,000 for a house, it's been sitting on the market for 3 months. It needs a ton of repair. If somebody came in at 90, is it really that bad of an offer? No, it's not. Because most buyers, if they're willing to buy the house at 95, they would have been making offers on it. So you got to do at least a 10% reduction. So at 870?
It was 880.
880?
Is what it was reduced to.
If you're doing a reduction on that, dude, you got to get close to 800 to make it worth your while. Because no one's going to not look at it or not make an offer because they want to offer 830,
Yeah,
840,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's
Yeah.
a percentage game there. And once you're getting into those high numbers, you got to remember it's a percent. It's not a dollar value.
Yeah.
So doing a 3 or 4% price reduction is comical.
And I think about that too, because they are take a $200,000 house, and to your point, and if you're like, yeah, let's knock 10 grand off, that happens all the time, in your offer, and that's 5%. So we're talking about,
Yeah.
and that's if it's turnkey. Some people are just trying to get
Exactly.
they're trying to hook up, get a deal. But the second now, because I think it says something too, that if I'm taking this listing appointment, and you're like, yeah, we want to list it for $880,000, and there is visible damages. I'm like, okay, when are those getting fixed? Like, you want me to list $1 million listing, and you're not going to spend, if it's 20 grand for a contractor, it's probably like 6 if you did it yourself, or whatever. If it's cabinets and doors and things, like, it doesn't sound like it's not like the foundation's an issue.
Right.
So why wouldn't you make it as show ready as possible? Because these things get into people's heads. They're like, oh, I just I like it, but it's just this whole headache, and it becomes. It is a math problem, but it's also like an emotional. Like buying a house is an emotional decision.
Oh, it's a huge emotional
it's
decision.
It's a emotional decision.
Yeah.
So,
And I used to tell agents, I actually had an agent who would buy a box of like 100 or 50 or whatever she bought. I don't remember. But she would buy boxes of mood rings. Remember mood rings back in the day?
did they
changing
actually? I do,
colors.
but did they
They're
actually
heat-
work?
Well, they're heat generated, right? So
Yeah.
if you heat them up, they turn a different color.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah,
how they
yeah,
work.
okay.
So that's why they call them mood rings. But it was a joke. But she would buy them. And she would hand them out when people made offers. And she let people know, listen, you're going to get excited. You're going to have regret. You're going to have remorse. Your Aunt Sally and Uncle Bart are going to tell you that you overpaid for
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
These
yeah.
are just emotions that we all go through. And that includes myself. I mean, I buy investments. I make my offer. I've done my numbers 30 different times. I know I'm going to make a profit on this thing. Then I go home and I'm like, man, did I overpay for that? Am I gonna eat on this one, or what's gonna happen? Did I take this into consideration? Did I do that? What about this and that house over here sold? How long am I gonna hold it? And I start questioning myself. So the average consumer, if I'm going through that, who's been doing it for 30 years, have done multiple flips and investments, if I go through that stress, I know they're going through stress. And I think a good real estate agent sits down with their client up front and says, here's the emotions that you're going to go through, and you will, right? Here's a mood ring, so let's laugh about it. So when that thing turns funny colors, you can laugh and say, okay, Jerry said that my emotions are going to go whack.
I'm
right?
gonna get one of those.
Yep.
That is so cool.
So
Like
it's just
that,
I'm
I'm gonna get a mood ring. Yeah.
It's a good comical way
That's pretty cool.
to
I
just
like that.
make light of a situation that we know. It's not maybe. We know it's going to happen.
Well, and that's everything, right? Like, I mean, like how you feel about it. But I know I just had this in this BNI group I'm in. This dude started a nonprofit for his mental health, but his daughter had her first psychotic break over the stress of buying a house. Like, and so,
It's a main stressor.
yeah, and so I mean, she had obviously genetics and things went into it there, but like, I was like, and to me, I mean, I was stressed, but It was stress. I mean, you just bought a house, Josh. You're like, and you're obviously in the business. I can't. It wasn't that stressful to me.
I got a little hookup in my house though, so I couldn't complain.
Yeah, you got 25 grand, right? Yeah,
I had 25. I got 20. I got 20 grand
20
from
grand.
first time home buyer
big brother,
program,
heck
and
yeah.
I actually got the house before it even hit market, so I didn't have any competition.
Ooh, that's
And
sick.
it was fully
It's
furnished.
fully furnished.
And he got it under
Tools.
value.
How'd you
and he got paid a commission. And
You got-
I
you-
actually walked away with money at closing.
Oh well, that's.
I walked away.
Hang on.
Yeah, hold up. Please don't think this is happening
It's
on
not
every
happening every
deal.
day.
Maybe we
Yeah.
should hear. So let's talk about that story then.
Yeah.
I mean, so tell us how you found your house. All right, so you.
So an agent of ours walked in,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just talking. He's like, "Hey, I have this little house in Taylor. It's a little 1-bedroom, 1,000 square feet.
Who's the agent?
Phil Smalley. He's at our office.
Okay.
And he's like, I got this little house for maybe whoever want just small talking.
Yeah, yeah.
And I heard it from my office, and I walk around the corner, and I'm like, hey, I'm about to get married. I'm actually looking for a little house,
Mm-hmm.
not too expensive. So he's like, the seller's actually there writing out the house cleaning. Do you want to just head over there? So me and my father, we drove over there, and probably in about 10, 15 minutes, I was like, this is actually not a bad first time house for, me and my wife. And we talked numbers, and about 20 minutes later, I just texted my wife saying, I'm sending you docs, please sign. And she never saw the house.
You were engaged or married at this
I was
point?
engaged at this
Yeah,
time.
okay.
So I was engaged, not even married, and I was already getting ready to buy a house and everything.
And so what was the sale price?
105.
So, what?
105,000.
105,000.
No, okay, so
Dude,
let me back up. It was.
It
Get
was.
out of here.
It was.
That's what I got it for.
Yeah. Now let me back up because
that's
I don't think
on-
like, oh, you took advantage. No,
Nope,
that is
nope,
not what
no.
happened.
That's.
seller-
I need some context.
Yeah,
bro.
that's-
Like $105,000.
let me put it.
It is.
in
It is a
Dang.
1-bedroom that needed a ton.
It's a one-bedroom home.
Yep, it's just a 1-bedroom, 1,000 square foot house. So that's why it really wouldn't have. It would.
I mean,
Okay, so all
I,
right.
yeah.
Let me- all right.
I need more
So-
info. Where's it at? Like, how big's the lot?
It's on a huge lot.
I'm almost on a half-acre lot
Not helping the situation.
with a
Okay.
2-car attached
with a
garage.
2-car attached garage and a long driveway. When I mean long, you're probably looking
You're
how
in,
long?
you're in Taylor?
Yep.
I would say
right off E-Course next to
The driveway is a double driveway.
Taylor Meadows. Off E-Course, Taylor Meadows, that little
For
subdivision.
$105,000?
Yeah.
So the driveway is a double driveway, and
Yep.
it's probably about 150 feet long.
Yeah.
So let me back up so people aren't giving
I
us hate
cheated,
mail.
yeah.
I
thinking,
mean, bro, like
So,
this
it
podcast
was-
may have derailed. Now. They're like your Synergy's real estate page or Google
taking
page.
advantage of people.
It was actually Phil's friend, the agent's friend. So it's
Uh-huh.
not like, he was trying to, get him out of money or anything. The seller actually was the one who told me the price that he wanted, and it was his brother's house. He passed away, and he was just like, you know what? Emotionally, he's like, you know what? If you're going to treat it right, if you're going to be here, I'll respect you, And really, we talked we were there for a good hour
Yeah.
or so, just
So-
talking to him.
Yeah,
He's
so
a
let
really
me
nice
just
guy.
Yeah, so let back up. So on this, it was our agent in office. It was a friend of his selling it, and the gentleman that was selling it, it was his brother's house. His brother had passed.
It's Phil's brothers.
No.
the clients.
Phil
the
was the
client. I
agent.
got
It
it,
was
got
his
it.
client, and it was his client's brother's house.
I see.
And so when we were talking, he was like, "Listen, I'm good. I don't need the money. I just want this monkey off my back. I don't care." And I'm like, "Well, you could put it up because I don't want anybody to ever come back and say, 'Oh, you screwed me.'"
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So I mean, I was very clear. Like, no, let's
have 'em
market
sign- yeah,
it at
CYA,
least.
yeah.
Put it on the market. And he's like, "No. If this
wants
is what
it.
you're going to give me, matter of fact, he can have everything inside.
So he left me all the tools, furniture, silverware, dishes.
Everything."
Did you have him sign a
TV?
CYA?
Oh, of
letter?
course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to. I mean, like people listen to this now. 100. I won't take on a client, and they're like, "Yo, I want to spend $100,000." I was like, "That's not me." I'm not. What are we here for? Like, you're gonna end up with a mobile home, which I'm not licensed to sell you. So like, it's like a vehicle.
So I mean,
at
he
that point,
so he really did. So I mean, he left everything in the house: the TV, the remote control. I mean, and then in the garage,
So it was an estate sale. It was a wholesale.
Basically,
It was.
It's just a wholesale price.
So
yeah.
in the garage, he had welders, he
yeah.
had tools.
You have a
power
welder?
tools.
I had one, yeah. I have one, yeah.
You have one?
No, I had one. It was an old like Ford welder.
Was it arc welder?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
I can't arc weld. I do wire welding.
No, this was. I mean, and he left all the tools,
There's
jacks.
there's a
I mean-
air compressor in the attic. Of
Oh,
the
yeah, there's an
garage,
air
And
compressor.
there's probably 100 foot of line for your air compressor, so you can take it outside the garage and everything. He was like a mechanic and handyman dude. He has a lot of stuff.
You kept that air
Yeah,
compressor?
that's
Yeah,
still
that's
up there.
still-
Yeah,
you
that's
hang
not going
on to.
anywhere.
Yeah, that
That's
you
not
hang
going
on to.
anywhere.
Yeah.
So all that said and done, plus he got the first time homebuyer program for
Which is
20
$20,000,
grand.
and I
Plus he got paid the
Forgivable
commission.
or paid back?
Nope, forgivable. He lived in the house for 5 years.
Josh, dog. Like,
So if you
like
live in
you
the
are,
house-
you are.
Oh, he came out
making-
smelling
you
good
are
on
making,
this.
You're making people very angry.
You're
Like
gonna be
that-
mad if I tell you what my mortgage is.
I'm gonna guess $800.
It's $850.
Yeah.
That's
That's
counting
including taxes and
Yeah,
insurance.
taxes and insurance. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
pay less than what most people do in apartments and everything
Yeah.
else.
That's most people's car
Yeah.
payment.
Yeah.
now.
I mean, at that point, it doesn't. For that price, I mean, it's turnkey. But even
Yeah.
if it's not turnkey, it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna figure it out.
Oh, no, it was not
how's the
turnkey.
Oh, it wasn't.
Oh, no, it was not.
Well-
So it was on a slab.
That's right, because you did some tile. I
Yep.
saw the tile work. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's
yeah.
on. It's a concrete wall. So it's on it's concrete block walls on the house, and then you're on a slab. When I had the inspection, my inspector he was giggling, and I was like, is something wrong? Like, is the foundation, shot? Is there cracks? He's like, you're living in a fortress right now. The only thing you're missing is a metal roof. He goes, you have concrete walls, you have concrete beneath you. He's like,
Oh, it's cinder block wall.
It
the
is.
cinder block,
Cinder
But it's
block wall.
vinyl siding on the outside.
the
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, yeah. That's big in Florida, right? I see that a lot. I feel like I see that a lot in Florida.
So he's like, water damage you don't have to worry about.
Yeah.
He's like, termites you don't have to worry about. He's like, so a lot of your issues that most home buyers are gonna have. He's like, yours is all cinder block. So the only part that is not cinder block is the house and the garage were separate at one point, and they actually added a living room in between, and that's where the most of the house is at. The living room is probably half the house, but there's vaulted
That's pretty
ceilings.
sick, man.
It is. So me and my wife, we tore up the carpet, we repainted, we tore down a wall, we completely redid the bathroom, and they did a lot of yard work.
That's sick. I'm happy for. I didn't realize it was that. I knew he got the credit. I didn't know he got.
Well, I'm still an
Dude,
agent. I
that's
get paid.
yeah, and he paid a commission, which like I got. But see, that's an example. I was on the phone with this guy. You familiar with Detroit Beach?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my parents used to live there, and I was on the phone with this guy, and he's like, same thing. He's like, and that's a weird area.
Yeah.
Like that's a weird area to come. And so like I'm like, but he bought his house. I don't know he's like, I'd sell it for 120, and I'm like, sounds really cheap, but.
That's a possibility in Detroit Beach.
Yeah,
though.
yes. And so I was like, let me, because I'm like, I contact Jerry. Like I'm thinking
'Cause
wholesale,
he
right?
had-
Like
he had one. Remember that guy that wanted me to buy on a wholesale, and it was like 80 something. It was just at the beginning of the year. I even drove down there,
Yes.
and I said no. Even at that price,
Yeah,
I was
well,
like,
sometimes
the
it doesn't make
garage,
sense,
the
yeah.
garage was tilting. Like the house was
Yeah.
like you
water
see
in the
floor,
crawl space was like
yeah.
a foot and a half deep, and I'm just
Oh.
like, no.
Oh no, like honestly, like, and it was like in Newport or somewhere down there.
It was in that Detroit
Yeah.
Beach area.
yeah,
and it was
So.
it's a weird area.
It is,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a weird area.
You can have that sitting next to a $500,000 house,
You
next to a $1
can,
million
yeah.
house.
That's what makes it tricky, right? Like, because that doesn't really hold the same. So, well, let's go back to at the end of the show. We're going to talk about any government grants coming up because that's it. Like that's crazy.
Honestly,
what's a comp at now?
Mine, I'd probably say, and
190.
No, you're probably closer to 130-ish. I mean, again, you're a one bedroom.
Oh, it's that. Does that make a bit? I mean, that can't make. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like if it's a 2-bed, like you're getting.
It's a
160.
desirability.
It's a desirability,
Who
yeah.
wants a one bedroom?
So it's not like okay. So it's not like you offered half.
no,
Yeah,
no,
okay,
no,
okay.
no.
That's
He
No, so-
probably got it. I want to say what 15,000 less.
that's
than,
not that's
Sure, but
that's
yeah.
a
Appraised
reasonable
value.
for
And I
for
did a
the
lot of the
headache
work.
saved.
I did all the
I get
work.
the guy's stance.
Yeah.
You know,
So
Yeah.
like the housework, I did 90% of it. The only thing I didn't do was the carpet.
when you say yard work, like
Well, no, I'm saying the yard work. Oh, he had.
There was a lot of
bushes.
overgrown,
Yeah,
just
bull
vines,
crap. Yeah.
bushes, weeds.
did you burn it all?
Most of
It's
it I did.
Taylor.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
he had an island in the front of the yard. And usually you have an island he had it for flowers, vegetables. He had a little garden for the neighborhood.
in the front yard.
In the front yard. And people knew about it. Like, oh, he had a beautiful garden here at one point, but he got older, wasn't able to take care of it, and it turned into a mountain of weeds. Well, what's around the island is just cinder block chunks, not decorative pieces, just broken up cinder block chunks.
Yeah.
I had to haul that.
Field rock. Like
No, it literally like you just
No,
had
it
a
was
concrete
broken
slab.
debris.
Yeah.
No, like and I cut
Somebody's
my hands
driveway.
up, and I was just like, who possessed themselves just to put a concrete block, like just slabs, just in the middle of your yard? And it wasn't just one layer; it's like 2 or 3 layers. I haven't even gotten to all of them yet. So I mean, I cleaned it out. I mean, I've gotten most of it manageable, but
Joys of home
Yeah,
ownership, man. That's pretty sick. So, all right, moving right along to our next Reddit rundown. About to go. Oh, so in a summary on the last one, Josh is like, it might be a little aggressive. Jerry's like, full send it, right?
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I mean,
With logic. I mean, you just got to make logic behind
You
it.
got to argue it, and I'm a big fan of like find out,
Yeah,
send
at least
it,
count
like,
it.
like
At least-
send-
at least count it. You can't-
I'm not concerned about the seller. Like if you're it, and for people who are like, if they're repeatedly like always trying to, I'm like, okay, I'll do it like 2 or 3 times and let the market educate it, because then it looks, if you saw the notes, bull crap that the agent just wants a higher commission. That's why he wants you. Like that's okay. I'm just trying to get the deal closed, so like if we're here to just kind of like send pointless offer, like if that's what I'm doing, I'll just get into wholesaling. Like I'll just send out like, hey, I'll buy your house for 50 cents on the dollar and I'll make 60 grand.
there are agents that do that, and
yeah, sure. All right. About to go on a contract on my first home. Terrified. So 33 male. I'm trying to do the thing. They're asking $495 on a 3-2 with a pool. I gotta send you this. You're shaking your head already.
I don't care if you're 33 and male. What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah. Well, for the record, I am reading. Yeah, thank you. I am reading. I feel like I should share the thread. That's great. Like I'm reading. I'm not adding this. Like this is just what they had.
Let's keep it real estate.
If I'm presenting
33 male with blonde hair and I weigh 275.
Here's my offer from my 33-year-old male, and you're gonna
just violated
you're gonna
how
look at
many-
me. Yeah, you're gonna be like, Dave, listen, dude. Like you might need to find a different brokerage. I don't
I
know.
hate all of those letters you send.
Yeah, but they
no love letters.
They'll love letters. Yeah.
I hate those.
They're asking $495 on a 3-2 with a pool. Toured it recently. It's turnkey. However, right after we left, another tour came by, and today the listing just went active.
Don't worry, I was confused. I had to read that 10 times too. It just went live that day, and another tour went through the same day as him.
And
That's,
the,
I think,
and
what
the
he was
listing
saying.
just went
Yeah.
today,
Gotcha,
and the
okay.
listing. Oh, it just went active.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Oh, so
he needs to
I
work
mean,
on his
I've been
English,
into
but-
houses before they were live, but that's it's not my. I didn't let people in, but the sellers have a specific date in mind on vacating 2 months post, which I'm willing to accommodate. So I have some leverage here, but regardless, we are going to offer 505 and seek 10K back. This may be a frozen market as some state, but this house will move, so I want to be aggressive and not hit low, especially on day one. Not to mention they bought the house, and that doesn't matter what they bought the house for. Like if they bought it for more, are you going to pay them what they are? Yeah. So
33 male.
Not to mention that they bought the house for 2023 for $475. They're not making any money then. They're after commissions. They're
Breaking
they're breaking even. How does that sound so far? The next hesitation is the cost. I'm a high earner, 200K plus. I still want to be savvy. I was quoted 5.57% at 30 years with 3% down. I'm new money, cash light.
New money. Again, I
That's
don't
so
care.
funny. That's so funny.
What's
I'm
old money? I mean, like, what-
old money is like
It spends differently.
the Rothschild. Yeah, like that's old.
If you
money.
have old money, then you're not buying a $200,000 house.
I can buy the rate down to various numbers, 10K cash back, but I'm curious if it's worth it with 2026 looming. What happens in 2026?
I guess he's a psychic. I don't know.
Numbers to follow. Anyway, so different numbers. I'm going to pause. And Jerry, you've got something to say. I can tell. So we're going to go to Jerry first on this one. What's with the head shake? What's going on?
It reminds me of my 4th grade math class where they give you a story, right? And all you want to know is how
Yeah.
fast somebody's
The
going.
numbers,
But they
yeah,
just
yeah.
filled it in with a bunch of crap.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day,
That's
he's buying a
conversation
house.
with my wife. That's what it sounds like. Like-
At the end of the day, he's. I mean, honestly, it doesn't sound like a bad price. He's making a good offer.
Yeah, yeah.
It all makes sense. He's got a great scenario, what interest rate makes sense to him with the cost. So for those that don't know, you can buy your rates down like I'll just use numbers. You can buy it from 6% to 5.75 to 5.5 to 5.25.
I'll screen share here so that they can see too. Keep
Yeah.
talking.
So, and as you do that, it costs what they call points, and a point is part of an interest rate or a percentage of the interest rate. So if they say it's going to cost you 1 point, that means it's going to cost you 1%. In this scenario,
no one told me that when I was buying a house, dude. I came and they were doing numbers. They're like, yeah, so it's a point here. I was like, a point. I was like, what's a point? Like, no one told me, right?
Yeah. So in this scenario, if you look at the numbers all, I mean, they all look good in this scenario. To me, if I'm his agent, how long do you plan on staying there? If you plan on staying there, then buy the rate down. I don't know how long the rate buy down is for. That's something that you have to ask your mortgage rep.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I've got it pulled up next. So for 16, call it 17 grand, he can save 150 a month. So it goes from
150 a month at 16 grand.
So 4.99% is 29.12 a month. And costs 16.7. 5.25 costs 29.9. Costs 10 grand.
Okay.
5.35.
So
The difference here, like if you're at 3 grand, yeah, 3 grand for 3 grand costs, it's 100,
Yeah. So
grand.
if you're only going to save $100 and it's going to cost you 16 grand,
16,000.
that means it's going to take you like 14, 13
long time, yeah.
years
Yeah.
to recoup your cost.
Yep.
That's a hard no.
Yeah. Yeah. Throw it in the market. Yeah.
Most people want their money back within 3 or 4 years. That's my number. Some will go as high as 5, but I mean, I'm always more conservative on my numbers. So if in a scenario, I'll look at that. What's my cost compared to my savings? If my savings is $300 a month and my cost is $10,000, that's probably something I'm going to do.
That's 3 years. Yeah.
I'm gonna recoup my
$3,600 a year.
my
Yeah.
10 grand in 3 years.
Sure.
If I plan on saving or staying there for more than 3 years, now I'm on bonus time.
Yep.
Excuse me. So that's my philosophy is a 3, maybe a 4 year mark. In that scenario, 10 plus years. That's not even in the ballpark.
Josh.
Yeah, I'm kind of have to stick with him in this one. It's not smart to make that. If you buy your race down, it would just cost you more money in the long run.
I gotta show you, dude. I gotta show you this. This he said a pool, and I gotta show you this house. It's an 8-foot pool, vacant, busted up. I think they were running a nursing home, and it's got cattails growing in it, in the pool, dude. Like it's
At that point, you might as well just fill up the pool.
Just
fill it up with
just bust it
concrete.
out. Yeah.
No. I had a guy who I sold the house and he
I gotta see what I'm finding.
sold it in the wintertime on purpose because the neighbors had an above ground pool that they hadn't used in 10 years and cattails were growing in it. And of course you couldn't see it in the wintertime.
That's disgusting. Yeah, this one was. Yeah, I don't have a great way. Let me see. Can I pull it up? Yeah, I might be able to pull it up. Maybe. Got to pull it up through messages. Here we go. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna screen share this for you guys.
Screams like, oh, it could scream.
Let's put it on the screen. If you look at the screen behind you, maybe. There's a lot of tech going on here. Hang on, give it a second.
That's insane.
You guys see this right here? So, yeah.
Yeah.
And this one is in, where was it? Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
see the yard.
yeah, you can see. So it's still got the tarp in it. The concrete's not in a terrible spot, but that's the entire yard, dude. And that's 8 feet deep. So those cattails are 8 feet.
But all right,
tall.
now see, now you're talking. This is my kind of investment right here. Because
They were asking 180,000, and the comps in the area are 230.
Yeah, no.
That's
You
a no.
like? What do you mean? This is your type of investment?
I hate pools. I don't like pools. Like no.
What's it going to take to pull that out?
30 grand, maybe. I don't know.
Well, at the right price. Because I had one like this.
You had an investment like this?
I did one just like this.
That's so good. What was the cost to pull it out? To demo it?
I sold it to another wholesaler. In 3 days, made 30 grand on it.
Wow.
So all I did was push paper.
What was the
I think he ended up putting inside and outside. He ended up putting like 40 grand, almost 50,000 into it, and then he made another 25 or 35,000 dollars on his end.
Yeah.
So had I kept it myself and just did it, I would have made it potentially 55,000 somewhere in there.
Yeah.
But to me,
Yeah,
my
for the time,
time's
yeah.
money, and if I can make 30 grand on a flip, in
Dude,
3 days, I'll do that.
This is the. Oh, yeah, my stuff is glitching up here.
Yeah, but it's got to make sense financially to do it. But I mean, that kind of thing doesn't necessarily scare me as an investor.
Dude. But
When it's a foundation, that's when I start to know how bad it's gonna be until the contractor hands you the the bill. And
well,
then-
foundations I usually start at 60 and go up from there. Like if it's a true foundation, crawl spaces are.
I mean, I did one, but this wasn't a flip. This was a house I lived in, and this was
I was a freshman.
17 years ago, and I spent
a
over.
foundation.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Lifted the whole house and everything.
I spent almost $30,000 then.
Oh my gosh.
They literally had to lift the whole entire house up.
Like
off the foundation.
That's pretty. I've
crane,
seen those.
yeah.
That's actually really cool to see them.
And
Yeah, not the
for
big-
anybody watching, and if you have major cracks in your basement and you're trying to figure out what is the best way to go, I highly, highly, highly recommend carbon fiber staples. Best thing ever.
Carbon fiber staples.
Correct.
What do they do?
So when you have a major crack in your foundation, excuse me, and then you have a crack in the wall. I had 7 major cracks in this house, and then I had upwards of 80 rod hole leaks. When it rained, it sounded like there was a waterfall in my basement. Close your eyes; it was very serene sounding.
Sure.
Because you really thought there was a brook, just water flowing somewhere.
disgusting.
But it was coming into the house, into the drain, and then it was, going out. So what a carbon fiber staple does, once they lifted the house, pushed the walls back into place.
Is this cinder block or poured?
This was poured.
How do
poured
you
walls.
push a poured concrete back into place?
So they actually had like 6x6s, and they pushed the walls back into place. It works.
How do you?
Because you dig it out from the
how does-
outside. You dig it out from the outside.
So they're falling in. They haven't.
No.
They haven't like cracked in the middle and bowed. They're just tilting in.
They were tilting in because the
But
whole
it's still
slab wall
it's still a straight
was
slab though.
correct.
That's believable. Okay.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah. So on the outside, they dug out. Then we pushed the walls, we lifted the house, pushed the walls back into place. And then once they pushed the walls back into place, they filled the cracks with a hydraulic cement.
Yeah.
And then they drill holes almost like you would for staples, like if you're getting staples on a cut. So they drill holes on each side of the crack. And the carbon fiber is, I don't want to say it's paper, but it's pliable.
Yeah.
They cut it into strips, and then they tuck it into the holes that they just drilled. And then they use like an epoxy, I don't know what the chemical is, to harden it. And it's harder than iron beams afterwards. They actually had a video of using these carbon fiber staples and having a car sitting on top of the carbon fiber staples or carbon fiber. And this was like I said, this was 25 years ago. And I was very hesitant on it. But they fixed all the cracks that way. And it was, I let it sit for a year to make sure that there was no adjusting or no movement. And then after a year, I had the floors ceramic tiled, the walls were drywalled, the ceiling was drywalled with
basement. Yeah.
with recessed lighting.
Let's see.
It was a beautiful
We
basement.
got
Yeah.
YouTube going on here. I don't know if you
Places
guys.
and people for just $39.
I'm asking a lot of my bandwidth right now.
15 tabs open. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, maybe glitching up the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I love the warm. Ooh. Oh, this is on a floor though. Okay, they're cutting it. So there, what was that epoxy? That I see.
Yeah, and then they're going to drill the holes,
Uh-huh.
and then they place the carbon fiber staple, and then they just put it in.
So
And
that-
it's so thin.
What? Hang on.
That's
Hang
it.
on, hang
He's like,
on.
that was it. He's like, that's
And it
So
holds.
what is this?
That's the,
What's
like
the chemical?
Yeah.
That's
that,
so that's the
that's
the
the
chemical.
chemical that
Over
adheres-
top
activates
of.
it.
Correct.
Yeah, like
that activates the carbon.
and then they.
It's just like a staple.
So what's nice with this is see how thin it is. So when you fix your wall, you're not taking up any space. When you have a crack in a wall, whether it be cinder block wall or a poured wall, if you use an I-beam, well, you're taking up 4 inches, right?
Yeah.
And it's gaudy, it's nasty, it's ugly. That once it's done, it's done. You just finish your basement off like you would any other basement.
Learn something
That's
new every day.
insane. I've never seen that in my life. That's why we keep you around, Jerry. You know, like that's pretty sick. We're gonna move on to the next one. Tell me if I'm being dumb.
Yes.
Single, 27-year-old female. No student loans. No student loans. Car payment. Other debt. I work as a corporate attorney. $225 salary that will increase at least 12% starting.
She single?
December 2026. Single. Gross is $18K a month. Net after insurance, 401k contributions is
So she's
12.
making
Is
pretty good money.
12K.
I mean, Jordan's not here right now, so
By
You know, he's probably
a
watching right now.
historical tomato 318. I have a vested suitor for you. He can help you get the house of your dreams in Michigan.
has
I
to be
feel
Michigan.
PITI will be principal, interest, taxes, insurance will be 6,000 high property taxes, but that is the perfect area for my work and social life. Plus, I'm going to have a roommate for at least a year and a half. We'll pay $1,800 a month. I feel like I should be fine with $6K left over as a single person. Depends where you live. Even if I were to somehow lose my roommate, but signing up for a PITI that is technically 50% of my net income a dumb financial
Yes.
decision? I would say a dumb financial decision is going to Reddit for advice.
Yeah.
That's what I would talk to an agent. I would talk to.
To what, 20%?
Well,
25,
so there. Here's what you hinted at this too. The short answer is 50% is a lot, but if I'm making $100,000 a month,
a month.
in a month.
yeah, let's say I'm making $100,000 a month.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Like so,
Yeah.
so there is a point in which like it just completely like the
numbers don't- they don't apply to you
The
anymore.
rule correct, and is her making $12,000 a month? That's
Well, not because.
I mean, that's not a lot, man. Like she's single now. She's single
Yeah.
now. That I get by at $6,000 a month as a single 36-year-old man. Yeah, I could. But I
That's
could
not
also
good.
think of a lot better thing. Like I don't need to
Yeah.
be buying this. A freaking.
If you're a single person, you're
What
one,
is this $1 million house? I don't need to be buying.
Yeah, no,
$1
you
million.
don't.
I think it's less of a like.
It's for show. They want to they want to see, you know.
It's the attorneys, yeah. It's the attorney world, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
But
sure that's
she's got a roommate though, so her
Only for
her
a
net's
year.
only $4,200.
Only a year though. After that year,
at least a year and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a year and a half.
yeah.
Okay. So like even after that year and a half, then 50% of what you make every month is going straight to your house or your mortgage and your payments.
I mean, it
not counting
depends,
your-
right?
Your other bills.
What's the rest of your lifestyle
she
like?
is, but she's so this is interesting. She is she's netting $12,000 a month,
Yeah.
and she is contributing to 401k. So it's like she is investing.
She is.
It depends
It's
on
just-
the rest of her lifestyle.
I need a job who can match my 401k. People know.
Don't look at me.
If you are,
Not in real estate.
Jerry. Yeah, people don't get that. If you work at a job and they offer a 401k
Invest.
Contribute.
and you are not matching that, bro,
Max
that
it
is
out.
that is
Max.
100%
Your
of your
fault.
money immediately. Like match it.
That's exactly what I tell my wife. She has.
But
the
where she
job.
work? Where she work?
She works at U of M,
U of-
University of Michigan,
match
hospital
it.
up there. Yeah,
Match
yeah,
it.
I told her I'm like,
Max it out.
I told her, I'm like, what's your max? And she told me her max. I'm like, okay, that's the dollar amount you're doing. She's
Yeah.
like, why would I do that? I'm like,
Why would you not?
Why would
just
you
free
not?
money?
She is not
for every
business
dollar.
savvy.
For every dollar, that's what she got you for.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah. I'm like, she is not business savvy. So if anything business, she comes straight to me. She's like, I don't even like contracts or anything like that. She's like, I don't know. I don't know what this means. So, but anything medical that happens to me, like,
There
yeah.
you go. Which happens a lot, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Like you slice your stuff up, but how do you get cut on a toilet? That's what.
Ironically, the toilet I was redoing was the one I did.
Dude, that was a
That was a wicked
that
cut.
was, that was,
It was
that
a-
was a
And of course, she asked to do it
nasty
as soon as we started working. So who ended up doing all the work?
Whoa. So first of all,
was this planned out? Was this
It was
planned?
all in the dumpster. So we completely tore out the old bathroom.
Dude, those cuts are.
Oh,
was
it was
wicked.
down to the bone. So
It was wicked.
It was down to the bone. But the irony, well, I'll tell you, I'll get to that part in a second. So I took out the bathroom toilet and a tiny little piece in the bottom chipped off. Me and my dad picked it up, threw it in the trailer along with wood, drywall, extra tile, the old vanity, lights. I mean, like you name it in a bathroom, it was in this trailer. So we go to our city dump, and we're dumping, throwing things in, and it gets to the toilet. So he gets one side, I get the other, and we do 1, 2, 3, toss it in. Well, as we were tossing it in, the bottom end where the serrated edge was, my hand was out, and the bottom edge just caught it and sliced it right open.
I don't mean. I know this is poor timing. You grabbed it in the wrong spot. like where there's. I'm not
This was-
above the edge of anything when I'm throwing it. I'm
Well, no,
trying
it
to
was-
be underneath. Like,
It was like we were tossing it this way, to our left, and it was out of my direction, and I was actually turned to my right.
lots of mistakes there.
And,
Josh. yeah, lots
and
of mistakes.
no gloves or anything, old.
Oh, yeah,
toilet.
no gloves.
So
Look, dude, my stomach.
Oh no, hold on. Wait till I get to the
like,
hospital. So it wasn't even. So I get it cut. I run to the little front office of the city dump. They gave me gauze and they just wrap it up. It was actually my grandmother's birthday. Was it her 83rd?
It was like her 81st birthday or
so-
something.
and
So we
they
already
were-
had plans to be somewhere, and in the hour and a half we had to get back.
So I quickly wrap it up and we're going to Logan's, steakhouse, and I like my steak, so I'm not missing out on the opportunity. So with my hand bleeding, we go to CVS, we get gauze and tape basically, and I just tape up my finger. I go to Logan's, and about an hour goes by. I eat my steak. We had a great time. I start getting a little lightheaded. I'm like, oof. And I take my band, and this is after 3 or 4 times I took the bandage off and rewrapped
replaced
it,
it.
and it was still bleeding through. It wasn't stopping. So I was like, all right, I'll drive myself to the hospital. And my wife is just going hysterical at this point because she is in the medical field, and she
Sure.
now knows I have a cut down to the bone from a dirty old toilet. And I get to the hospital, and they're like, okay, you cut your finger. We'll stitch you up. No big deal, yada, yada. About 5 minutes goes by. She's like, oh, I forgot to ask you. What did you cut yourself on? I just said a toilet, porcelain, because porcelain's very sharp. And she just kind of waited for a second. She goes, was this an old toilet? I'm like, well, it was an old dude's toilet for as long as he lived there. So yeah, it was a used toilet. The fear in her eyes, because they thought, all these diseases and germs and everything. Yeah, I got 2 or 3 shots that day, and what's that?
Tetanus?
No, that's what they gave me, is the tetanus shot. But the numbing shot for
those-
they had to put 2 shots in each knuckle. So 2 in the first one, 2 in the second one, and 2 in the tip of the pinky. These shots hurt more than the cut because they had to go down to the knuckle.
So
it was
lesson of moral of the story
Wear
is,
gloves.
wear gloves and or bust up the toilet. See if you can do that.
Well, I try to keep it in one big piece so it'd be easier to throw away. I don't want to break up the toilet. Why would I break up the toilet?
I'm decent at connecting dots. I don't know how we got here from this story. What was that? What was the segue? We were talking about
me getting cuts on my hand.
She's roommate, right? She's gonna have a roommate here, and dude, how did we get? How did we get? Normally, I can connect it. I'd be like, well, that's one way. Great job,
new
Josh.
star on
That's
the show,
Josh's skill set. Is I can derail any conversation. I'm just playing with you.
We just began,
But 50%, dude, that's a big ticket, and
And I was gonna say it really depends on the rest of her lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Is she out driving, the Lamborghini, You know, because that's another, you know, $3,000 a month. Is she going out to eat on high end, you know, restaurants every day? So the rest of your lifestyle really depends on what my answer would be. Because if
Yeah.
you're really, really conservative and you're looking at this as a pure investment,
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it knowing in 5 to 10 years I'm gonna double my money.
Sure. Sure.
You know what? You're making the money. You're gonna have increases.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, and there's something that if I might look at this as something maybe a different perspective too. He says Jordan says, but Jordan is listening. You don't want us to hook you up with this lawyer making $225?
Is he listening?
Yeah, you see, he
Jordan.
commented.
Jordan. But she's single.
She's single, dog, and
She makes
you
pretty good
know,
money, it sounds
yeah,
like.
I
And you're
mean,
not here to defend yourself.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect opportunity.
I would think of this as I'm looking at this like if you're in the legal field, like she's a corporate lawyer, so I don't know how much, because your house could be a networking tool too. If you're single and so use it as such, you could have dinner parties, you could have things like that. You know, I don't know if
I'm guessing she's not a partner.
I don't.
yet.
Yeah, I don't know if the single female lawyer is doing that, but you know who works there, right? Is W-2. But yeah. All right. So we got, for time's sake, do you want to do the appraisal gap one or the sellers pull the fast one? Which one?
Seller
do you
pull
wanna
the
do?
fast one.
Either one. I
The appraisal gap, I feel like that was kind of a dumb.
Yeah.
I don't want to say they're all kind of dumb. But
I've had appraisals come in high. I've had appraisals come in low. I mean, it's just it's a
yeah,
whole-
do the fast one.
sellers pulled the fast one. I closed on my property. Actually, let me add. Let's see. Can I add this one here? Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna drag it over.
Just add Jordan.
I'm not just gonna add. I can add Jordan's comment, right? I closed on my property a few weeks ago, and I paid the seller to leave it furnished. They created a list of exactly what was to be left behind, and we both signed before money was transferred to closing. My final walkthrough was supposed to be the day before closing, but my agent told me that the quote cleaners were there, and requested. My agent told me that the cleaners were there and requested to push walking to the morning of closing. At closing, I found out that not only were there no cleaners, but the sellers actually slept at the property the night before. Keep that in the back of your mind. Right, it's still their house.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm like,
I was like,
okay.
okay. The morning of closing, my alternator went out of my property. I got towed there in time, or on my alternator went out on my way to the property.
Gotcha,
I got
gotcha.
towed there in time to meet the agent, and we did a 2-minute run through before going to closing. After closing and returning to the property, I noticed a few things. Stop. What's the point of a walkthrough? Like if you're not gonna,
Yeah,
you
I was gonna say, like,
take
you
the
were
time to
walking-
notice
Yeah.
things.
You know what? I
Continue,
mean, you
continue.
know me. I'm typically like
Yeah.
these guys are idiots.
Yeah.
I get it. If you know, but you know, your alternator went out. That caused a time delay,
Yeah.
right? So now you're rushing through the house just to make sure, and you're probably looking at any big ticket items
Yeah.
like, you know, are there broken windows in there, you know, and things of that nature.
Well, let me finish that because you know the context. Let me
Yeah.
add it. The furniture in the guest room had been swapped out with cheaper, dusty furniture. It did not match the pictures at all. The seller also did not provide a key to the back exit door. They also damaged a wall in the guest room. I'm guessing they pulled the curtain rods out. Looks like they yanked it out. What are my options here? I expected to get keys to all doors. Is it common? What about the furniture? What do I do?
Yeah, keys. I mean,
All
I've
right, so-
had clients that I only had the front door key.
Yeah,
and they can.
yeah.
But I always recommend my clients, hey,
Swap
you
them.
Exactly.
swap your keys out anyways.
Yeah.
You don't know who has a spare, or you know if they're family friend
Yeah,
or
yeah.
their family, and you don't know how they are or who they are. They have keys, and so if you just switch them out, you don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's only one real concern here, and that is the furniture in the bedroom.
Yeah.
The key. I've been in my house for 7 years, and I still do not have a front door key.
He doesn't.
I've never. Matter of fact, I take that back. I don't own a key to my house.
I have a key to his house, and he doesn't. And I don't live there.
I've
anymore.
never had a key
Going
to my
through
house.
the garage?
I go through the garage, and I have security system.
Yeah.
And I
Two
also have
Rottweilers.
2 Rottweilers. So really, if you want to come
Well,
in,
no, it's not
feel
so
free.
much people breaking in. It's much like because we same thing. We do. Amanda, where did we go? We went up north, and I came back, and I don't know why the door was locked, but it was locked,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Who locked it up?
I was like, I don't, I don't have a key to this because we did the same thing. We go through the garage. I've often in the back of my mind, I was like, what if power goes out? But then our door. Our doors aren't really locked. Like there's
seriously, I
always
mean,
someone there. There's
there is.
always someone there. If
Yeah.
I'm there at night, there's always someone there. So
Yeah.
there's no need for it. But Jordan said, reminds me of one of our listings: mirrors and shower heads missing.
Oh, this just happened.
Yeah.
It was a divorce. So what happened?
Shower
was-
heads?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what
just
happened was,
people petty.
so it was a
Alright,
divorce
alright.
situation. The wife was still living in the house. The husband was getting very, very little of the funds coming out of the home, but he was on the mortgage, so he had to sign on all the documents.
Sure,
He was very bitter
sure.
about it. So she moved out all of her stuff after closing. He was supposed to come in and get what was remaining, and then that was it, because that was in the divorce decree. He came in, took not only what his stuff was, but he took shower heads,
Mirrors.
he took mirrors,
Unnecessary things.
and then he shoved towels down the toilet and the sinks,
Yeah.
and he shoved everything down and flushed toilets just to get it down further and further and cause damage in the property.
Yeah.
So the problem is with that is, right, prove it. Who did it? Who's responsible for it?
Yeah.
And that's a bad situation.
How
I mean,
long? How long ago was this?
less than a month ago.
Yeah, I was like that not too long ago.
Less than a month ago.
That's
And in 35 years, this is the first time I've ever have had anything like that happen. I mean, to me, you know who did it. It was him.
So what's the play?
I told the buyer's agent, I'm like, listen, it wasn't like that. Our client did not do that.
This
We
is a different,
know.
This is a different one than the towel in the drain, right?
No, same guy.
Same guy.
Than the towel in the basement where you guys were.
Yeah, the one we were talking about last week.
No, the one that you said you saw was there. The one we were talking about last week.
That was not the same. Okay, so yes, but there were more.
That's the same property.
More photos.
Oh,
Yes. No, he
I see.
clearly, deliberately, the ex did. Yeah.
And so the buyers.
And I told the
buyers
buyer's
got
agent,
this-
listen, I'm washing my hands of it. I can only do so much, right? I'm here to sell the house. I'm not here to
And when did he do this?
when he was there to move out his stuff. So she was already out
After closing?
after closing.
Yeah.
She had like 30 days occupancy. She was there for 25 days. Yep.
No.
So she was there for her 25 days. She moved everything out. He had 5 days to get his stuff out. He went in and
Destroyed it.
destroyed stuff. And like I told him, I feel bad. There's nothing I can do. I mean, it's not. I've never met this guy. If he sat in front of me today, I wouldn't know who he is. You could sue him. I mean, that's
After the divorce, he probably doesn't have much. Oh my gosh. That's a train wreck.
it is, and it's the first time that's ever happened. And I feel horrible for the buyers on this one. But again, it was not my fault or anything that I had to do with it.
So the teachable moment here is do a walkthrough, get things in writing, and then what do you?
Take
so
pictures.
can you
Take
you,
pictures.
you take pic? Yeah, but that won't help
Pictures.
you. That won't help you.
Yes, it will. We actually just
That won't
just
help
had
you identify who's jamming up the plumbing.
Correct.
No,
yeah,
that
this was
part,
hidden.
no.
That was
Yeah.
that part was hidden.
Yeah.
And Jordan
on
could have
this
been
one to take pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Jordan
sure.
could have been talking about another incident he had. We always encourage that final walkthrough. Well, somebody Jordan was working with, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
Jordan's like, no,
I
we
know,
really
I
should do
know,
at least a
yeah.
final walkthrough. Nah, I'm good. Right. So we get
Yep.
to closing. He does the closing. The guy moves in, and
the night before.
the pipes
storm, yeah.
huge storm happened the night before the closing. The pilot light, I guess, went out on something, or something happened in the house. Furnace was off. Pipes got froze and caused tons of damage.
Yep. And could have been prevented just from a 5-minute walkthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do a walkthrough. I mean, it's definitely worth
do
it.
a walkthrough, y'all. Well, that's crazy. We should have one with you, all the Bobbit boys here. Like Jordan, where's Jordan at? He's obviously
He's in
He's
Texas.
in Houston right
Texas.
Yeah,
in
Jordan
Houston,
is actually the
Texas.
president of the association,
Oh.
and right now is National Association of Realtors
Oh, okay.
yearly conference. So he is there
He's getting a
representing.
tan.
Have fun. Have fun.
Coming back today.
Yeah.
Should be home at 8-ish.
All right. Well, there you go, Jordan. And I'm gonna message this this lawyer for you. We'll see if we can put something together. Be like, hey, I got one real quick. All right, guys. Well,
He's so mad right
if,
now.
If
Oh,
you
yeah.
are, I'm live too. If you are looking to buy or sell, Obviously, any one of us can help. In Michigan, none of us are licensed. I'm working with a client now. I'm going to be working with a client in Monroe, and she hinted at Toledo. I was like,
Yeah.
first off, I was like, well,
Why
I'm
would
only
you
licensed.
do that?
I'm only licensed in Michigan.
I mean,
You can refer them.
We can we can refer,
Yeah.
because that is one thing, that Jordan's active. I've been active.
Yeah.
You get to know people throughout the country in different states that
Sure.
you can recommend.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, give us a call. We can definitely help you out, even in
Sweet.
other states.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys. And then if you have any questions, you can comment. We'll respond to them when we can. And we'll see you at the same time, same place next week.
Thanks.
Take care.
Have a good one.